You know that meme of like the funeral food is so good I'd be forgetting who died? That's been me like the past 28 hours with this game. Weird comparison, but just hear me out on this, right? So Bungie last week announced the end of Destiny 2, like the last update that they're doing to the game. And in it, they were like, yeah, we're doing a bunch of stuff. And I initially recorded a video just kind of going over it. And I got really emotional. I'm probably not going to post it, especially with at least the good news. I feel, I feel like I'm still in mourning. Don't let this facade I'm putting on fool you. I'm still very much sad over this being the last update because Destiny is a game that means a lot to me and is kind of the only reason I'm here and whatnot. But that's a topic for later, right? I literally had to stop the recording like halfway through because I almost started crying, and then I had to come back like 20 minutes later and finish up the voiceover, trying to not sound like I just got done crying over the game. It sounds pathetic, but you know what? Maybe I am pathetic, and that's okay. So, what's going on? We got 3 articles over the past day, the 28th and the 29th. I'm recording this on the 29th. I don't know if it's going to go up on the 29th. We'll see. But I just kind of thought, let's talk about it, because I still don't know if I'm doing a main channel video on this yet. We'll see. Odds, it's a 50-50, honestly. Well, we'll see. So first, return of the director. So the director's back, and it's beautiful. It is just... Sorry, I'm moving my chair. It's beautiful. It is just... I love that they redrew, like, a lot of the art for this. It just looks so good. Like, the new Eternity stuff. Pale Heart might be, like, a little different. Neptune's definitely different, I think. Dreaming City, Kepler, pretty much the same. That Mars art might be new. The moon, like, it's just good. That's the point, right? The point is, it's beautiful. And then if you look at the bottom, we have the old playlists. I think they're still on the director now, but because of like the deprecation of the director, like, they don't mean anything. But now they're back, and this is where Portal's going. But more on that when they talk about it. But yeah, and also Nessus has this little red thing here, which is pretty neat. Again, I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, basically all of these are getting their loot reprised. Like, all the destination loot's being reprised for tiers and all that. And then some areas are getting old pieces of loot, like the Cosmodrome getting the 7th Seraph line of weapons. And this is just so cool. Like, first of all, note that there's no new gear tag on this. So that means new gear is like officially dead. I don't think they said anything about it in any of the updates, but it's dead. It's gone. And this is our proof. Because I'm pretty sure in the next article there's a screenshot of a old weapon that doesn't have the new gear tag. So yeah, a new gear is just dead. And honestly, I could not be happier. Fuck new gear. Such a horrible system that just had no reason to be implemented other than soft sunsetting the game, like the weapons and stuff. I think at this point, who cares? Because player retention doesn't matter when the game's dead. I guess it kind of does, because you still need people to play, but like, they're not designing this content for nobody to play it, but also, yeah, the icon here is like it's the tricorn, and it got me like weirdly emotional when I first saw it. I'm like, ooh, it's really the end, man. Like, I'm gonna miss this game. I really am. I made a spreadsheet and everything about the shit I want to do in this game. Like, oh my god, I'm not here to mourn. I'm not here to mourn and be sorrowful. I'm here to talk about the good that's coming to the game. And I'm excited to see like the Seventh Seraph weapons come back and whatever other reprisals are coming. Look at the split one, two, three, four, like 7 perks in each column, bro. And then of course there's this new. No, I think that's the old one. Is that the old origin trait? I don't remember. I don't know if this thing was reprised. I don't remember. I'm not looking it up, but um. So yeah, Nessus is getting blue perfect, which maybe the rest of the undying weapons will come back. I don't remember what all the undying weapons were because that was literally 6 years ago. Six, yeah, it's not that late in the year, so about 6.5 years ago. Um, they're coming back, and also notice down here, 400 RPM high impact frame. We'll get to the unstoppable bit later. High impact frames are being buffed to 400 RPM, which I think is well needed. Vex used to be at 390, and its RPM felt perfect, so I guess they're just rounding it up to 10, or rounding it up to 400 just to make the number a little nicer, I guess. That's kind of the only thing I can think of why they would do that. Would be to make the number just a little bit nicer, because most RPMs are like increments of 50, I think. There's not... Well, I say that, but 140s exist, so I'm just lying for no reason, and I'm sure shotguns have some weird RPMs. So never mind, I guess I'm just lying. I don't know why they've decided to buff it to 400 instead of 390. Who knows? But yeah, they're being buffed, and I think that's really good, because I don't think a single soul uses high impact frame autos outside of Vex, and that's like half linear fusion. So I really am happy, and of course I hope the other undying weapons come back as well, because they were just kind of neat, and then they kind of immediately got axed like a year later because of sunsetting. So these things were just kind of victim to what the game was at the time, because you only had... I remember, because this was back when seasonal content would rotate out, so you had the 3 months that Undying was around, and then after that, these weapons were gone forever. And if you didn't get them during the season, oh well, you're just shit out of luck. And then if you still held on to them, well, congrats, they were useless by the next expansion because of sunsetting. So I don't see any new perks here. I don't think I saw any new perks here, so... Oh, they literally tell us the perks here, yeah. 7, again, in each slot. Which is nice. Yeah, Europa. Of course, these are just previews, of course. But, yeah, the high albedo sidearm is being updated to be a micro missile frame, a rocket sidearm, which is really cool. Because now this means we have a rocket sidearm of every element. It's a shame I don't think rocket pulses are gonna get that same treatment. I don't think... We only have, like, what, 2? We have Mint, and we have the other one. And so I doubt they're gonna push forward, like, 4 rocket pulses in the same update, which is unfortunate, so we pretty much only have the 2. So that's, whatever. It sucks, but not everything can be, perfect, I guess. I guess that also means we're not getting any more, like, the weird sniper hand kind of thing. I'm getting off topic. Yeah, it looks great. I didn't even go to the friggin' origin traits. Yeah, dealing damage, grants stacking bonus to mag size, target acquisition, earn range to your next final blow. I think that's neat. Weapon gains, reload speed, range, damage against combatants for short time when combat begins, and final blows. Extent, I think that's really good. We got a combat, weapon gains stability, reloaded handling. I really don't... I don't get the, like, oh, we're gonna buff this thing out of combat, and yeah, it decays over time, but especially if, like, okay, to be fair, this origin trait isn't only on this gun. I mean, it's got the whole Europa arsenal with it, but I don't know. I don't think it's really gonna matter that much. Like, out of combat buffs are just kind of weird. So it's like, why am I getting stability and handling out of combat? Like, I'm not fighting anything. Again, we're entering combat, it slowly wears off, so I guess, like, for the initial burst of combat, but And of course, 7 perks again. Distortions, yeah, this is what the red thing on Nessus was. They're basically, yeah, every hour, one planet will become distorted, which I so feel like was supposed to be a story concept. Like, this looks very Vex here. And it's like, well, what if this was going to be a thing with a Vex, like, distorting the planets, whatever. Like, you remember, back in Undying, there was this event, the Vex incursions on the moon? Or they might still be there, I don't know. But like that's kind of what I imagine this to be, is that like, yeah, every so often it'll or every hour in this case it'll come around and it'll just be that like planet wide. Like, dude, look at this shit in the sky. Like, this looks so cool, man. Like, I'm sad that these were probably meant to be something. Like, story wise, these were probably meant to be something cool to the story, and we'll just kind of never get that because, well, we're not getting anywhere story, and I doubt a D3 is in the works. But yeah, they're basically a way to make Patrol a little more interesting, because Patrol historically has never really been interesting. You know, yeah, and it looks like enemies will fall to the distortion and be harder. Maybe not harder, because they say, yeah, tougher, more aggressive, and a little more dangerous. They don't want to massively change the low stress nature of Patrol. Fair. Distortion's uniquely rewarded by providing a new weapon set players can earn in these events, and to balance the increased change, you'll see higher gear tiers awarded for playing public events. Okay. So it's a way to buff public events. Basically, go to public events on this distorted area. And also, like, weapon sets. I think it's a really cool feature. This definitely screams some kind of story content that was scrapped and repurposed. Oh, man. Portal overhaul. So yeah, these buttons down here are for the portal. Or rather, where the portal is, what they're retooling the portal into. Now, in my Edge of Fate review, I'm not pulling it up, I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure, I said that the portal should have been supplementary from the start. It never should have replaced the director. And let me tell you, it feels so nice to be validated by the developers that they agree. And they're like, yeah, this, we really shouldn't have, like, replaced the director. Honestly, might be the thing that accelerated this game's death. Like, things were already kind of whatever before Edge of Fate. Edge of Fate came out, replaced the entire game with the portal, became level sim 2025, and yeah, I think that's what just did. I think that was the final nail in the coffin for this game. Yeah, portal no longer apparent. It's down here. And it's supplementary. Yeah, Portal the tab is gone. We didn't want to remove quick access to Destiny playlists and content. Like, navigate the director. We still wanted a portal of sorts to quickly find the content you want to play when you want to play it. Yeah. A lot of changes in overhaul as to how it works. Yeah, everything is just how it should have been from the start. Again, I don't know why this wasn't done from the beginning. I guarantee if it was, no one would care. Like, no one would have cared that much about the portal. It would have been just, you know, a cool thing. Like, they could have just replaced, I don't know, like the strike playlist or something. I don't fucking know. But like, the point is, it's here, it's how it should be, and it's beautiful. And of course, they're adding in a bunch of new stuff as well. You know, gotta get a last content injection. And then difficulty reward updates. Basically, if you're on a certain difficulty, you'll always be guaranteed a reward rank, which has, you know, which gives certain tiers. And here's the interesting one here. Mods exist to allow higher scores to be reached without stepping up the difficulty level to offset the cost of any selected boons and provide an additional complete optional challenge. If you want to earn tier 4 gear but don't want to face champions, play on Expert, which only rewards tier 3, and add some modifiers, which would bump you to tier 4. That's really cool. I like that. That's just a really good system, TBH. It's because it's allowing even more customization over the game's difficulty, which I still think is just a really good idea overall. to have instead of like, oh, especially now that the game's not getting updated anymore. It's like, well, we just have to rely on whatever presets Bungie has. It's like, no, we can just and of course there will still be those presets with like the match made versions, because I don't think you can do this in match made. This is purely like if you launch it with a from the portal itself. So you obviously you can't customize in matchmake because there's just way too many options. But it's it's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, reward tier will cap with Grandmaster, but they didn't want to remove Ultimate, so it's still there, which is fair because I don't really want to play Ultimate a lot of the time. I'm just kind of forced into it because it's like, I don't know. Matchmaking stuff, I don't. I don't know. I don't know how this will affect the thing. We'll just have to figure out. As long as I can still get tier 5s, I don't care. Actually, I want to check. Yeah, we still get the bonus engram drops and stuff, so... Although these aren't match made, weirdly enough. Probably just an in development thing, I imagine. Yeah, variety of loot. There's gonna be a lot of loot. The End of the Light, Brave Arsenal's coming back into Onslaught. If you can't attune to it, then that's kind of stupid. We'll see, how that works, but you'll get it every 10 waves, which is nice. I wonder if the shiners will come back. Probably not, because that sounds insane to try to grind out. Contest of Elders, and then you get World Pool rewards as well, in addition. And that's the thing, is that these are all additions. Like, they're not replacing the loot that is already being dropped. Gambit's getting fucking buffed. Like, Gambit's getting changes for his time in like 4 years, probably. Because I genuinely don't think that it's been updated since like Witch Queen. Yeah, so Gambit getting updated. It's gonna have, the usual new armor, set bonus, weapons, tiered. First of all, spare rations. And if you peep the frame, it's a lightweight. Making it, I think, the only other lightweight hand cannon in the game now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Rose is the only lightweight frame in the game. And actually, one of the designers on Twitter said that he made it stasis to give it competent to not really overlap with Rose, which I think is totally fair. I think it's totally fair to not want it to compete with Rose and to let it stand on its own, especially for such a legendary hand cannon. I mean, this was like the hand cannon at the end of year 2, pretty much from when it got introduced to even after, pretty much up until it got sunset, it was like the hand cannon for a lot of players. And then it came back in Deep, but I don't think it had that many good perk combinations. Like, I think it kind of got neutered a bit in Deep when it came back. So to see it come back with all this, although, small complaint, there's no Firefly headstone, which is kind of sad. Just a wee bit sad. I mean, it's got good perks all around. I'm just greedy, and I wanted it to have even more good perks. But overall, I'm happy. I'm happy with this, and 21% Delirium's back. Never thought I'd see this gun again. But also, it was kind of weird because it was like the only one of the old Pinnacles that never really got reprised. Or no, not really. What? No, it's its perk. No, its perk took a while to like come back. That's what it was, not the weapon itself. Damn, I'm really just like this. I'm just making shit up today. No, to 21% Delirium, I don't think any of the other Pinnacles would get introduced into like not top recluse. Yeah, it was the perk. I feel like Killing Tally was stuck on this thing for so long. I'm pretty sure Killing Tally was this thing's unique perk. I don't remember anymore. I don't know what I'm trying to say with this. Anyway, yeah, new perks. Ooh, at least three new perks. Which one of them is right here. We don't know what it does. Crucible stuff, I'm gonna be real, I don't care about Crucible that much. Cool. Sweat Racing League. I still don't really care about this, but I know a lot of people do, but it seems to just... Featherweight Origin Final blows. Final blows of weapons have featherweight origin trait. Can increase move speed while equipped. That's cool, giving it like a lightweight bonus. Oh, apparently this is like the ornament. The tier 5 ornament, I think. And like, man, that looks so fucking good. It's gonna look even better animated. Holy crap. And also the weapon just look really good. It's like a Tex auto rifle. And like, what is this? Where is your magazine, dude? Like, where? Where is that shit? It's not at the grip there. There's no way that's the mag. Like, this gotta be a heat weapon. With the little vents there, like that's gotta be a heat weapon. There's no way. It's not. There's no visible mag anywhere. Like, that's a fusion, you know, grenade, pulse, probably an auto. And whatever the fuck Avalon's doing over here. That's it for number 1, though. That's it for this one. It was a little... This one, though. I was at work when this one came out. I was on break in the lobby, eating my food, and I had to try so ungodly hard to not pop off in the middle of our lobby, dude. Oh my god, it was so hard to not get, like, excited. I tried so hard to keep it down. I did, obviously. Yeah, just a little thank you from the team. And yeah, it's beautiful, but I don't want to cry. So weapon tier upgrading, I initially thought like this was going to work a little differently. I guess how it works does make sense, even if I don't really care that much. I mean, I get it, but okay, I should go over it. Basically, you can take a tier 1 weapon that only has the basic stuff and make it look like this. But the main draw of tier 5 weapons, to me, the main draw is the multiple perk, like the multiple perk options that it gives you, right? Like 3 traits in each column is huge. You can have so many god rolls on one weapon, right? Or you could have like a dual purpose weapon. It's like, oh, this weapon has a PvE and PvP god roll, so I only need 1 copy of it. That was what was good about crafting too, but then they took that away from us, and then they gave us this instead. Anyway, yeah, this just like it's cool for people that care. Don't get me wrong. If you care about stuff like this, cool. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that this is here for the people that wanted it. I just don't care that much about it. You know, like I want the actual benefits of getting a tier 5 to drop and not, you know, having a tier 1 dressed up like a tier 5. But it's cool for people that want it. Gives you something to spend Ascendant Alloys on, because Lord knows those have been useless for the past few years. Every single exotic in the game that does not have a catalyst is getting a catalyst. And I just think that is beautiful. What a beautiful way to end the game on. We don't have to speculate, oh, what could this exotic's catalyst have been? Nope. Every single exotics, or every single exotic in the game has catalyst. They say 25. I know it's 24 in the live game. I think it's 24 in the live game, but then there's the extra one they're adding. I don't know. I mean, I could have just miscounted as well. Because I know they're adding, you know, a new hand cannon on the reward track. I don't know if we're getting any other exotics or anything. We'll see. But I could have just miscounted, but I'm pretty sure it's 24 in the current version of the game. Right? But like, dude, Chaperone getting triple tap. Like, I don't know if people really use this thing like that, but okay. Parasite giving Envy's Arsenal. It's probably not going to be as good as I'm thinking it's going to be, but it's really funny. I love Parasite. I just don't use it that much, but I love the gun. I love, you know, idly playing, and then, oh, here's a big guy. Let me just take out my nade launcher and just nuke him from orbit. And Terabyte getting, what's that perk called? Yep, I know what it's called, totally. Ambitious Assassin. I don't know how well this is really going to work with this gun. I don't remember what this gun does, honestly. It's been so long, I really don't remember what it does. So I don't know how good this is, but it's it's nice that it's here. Yeah, here's weapon crafting. Crafted weapons are basically gonna get the same treatment. Where you can. Oh, hello, that's new. Sorry, I didn't notice this when I read the article. I'm sorry I dropped my voice a bit there. I was just surprised. What is that? Like, there's no way that's just a new shader, because they didn't do that up here. Up here they showed the ornament. Is this the tier 5, like, ornament? Is this the new tier 5 ornament? I don't know. We'll see. Um, yeah, crafted weapons are getting 2 new traits per column. Other non-raid destination crafted weapons went up to perks, but receiving enhanced origin traits for the first time. We did revisit some of those. Raid adepts are getting the same stuff. But yeah, sorry, I didn't. Sorry, I'm getting distracted reading this because I kind of skimmed it over at work because I was too distracted. Although I was reading. Okay, so gear tier marked differently. At gear tier 3, players will unlock enhanced tier 5, unlock cosmetics. Reach weapon 11, you can upgrade to tier 2. Level 30, you can upgrade to tier 5. Okay. But the thing is, you can still speed level it, so why... I don't think it really matters, though. Like, you can still just level up a weapon from 0 to 30. I guess it'll take longer? I don't know. I don't... Kind of... Gear tier 3, which they don't talk about when it unlocks. Funnily enough, I'm assuming 20. I don't know, that's just kind of... Mm, I don't know. I mean, crafting's just not really like a factor for most people anymore at this point. It's still cool. I mean, this will definitely help uh, crafting be reinvigorated. Maybe a bit. I mean, I doubt they're adding new crafteds to the game, so probably not. But I don't know. I miss crafting. Honestly, I preferred it over the tier system. Even still, I thought it was better, especially on vault space too. But then, whatever. Um, but it's cool bringing crafted weapons up to speed. Ammo stuff. Ammo system changes. Yippee! Yeah, so modify the ammo system so that if an enemy is floating above a pit, they will not drop an ammo brick when defeated. Thank God. if like, ideally, they would just what they would do is they would use that same detection and like, oh, if ammo falls into a pit, it just gets teleported onto the player. Like, I still think that would be ideal, is having kind of little nets around pits and stuff to catch any ammo. But I guess this works too, because now really the only danger is just your ammo getting physicsed into the void, which isn't like super common, I guess. But this is still a really good change. This is still really good. Special ammo weapons. Yeah, so they really wanted like double special dead. Make it double special slightly less viable for ad clear. Generally offset by the damage buffs given to non-rocket pulse special ammo weapons, so it may require one more kill to earn a break. It may require less shots overall. Reduce the amount of meter progress special ammo weapons gained from defeats. I don't know if I fuck with. I mean, I don't run double special, to be fair. I don't know. I just, is double special really that potent? I don't know. Someone tell me. I don't know if this is a good or bad change. Um, yeah, linear fusions both feel like they were not getting enough ammo, so they're getting more ammo. Buried Bloodline's getting a bug fix. Choir of One's getting nerfed because it's a little too much. Rocket pulses. In terms of ammo, issue that caused them to only earn 2 shots per base brick, and yeah, all this other stuff. And then only in Crucible, they did some Crucible specific stuff. Exotic weapon tuning. Yeah, that's just some of the big stuff we were looking for. Jade Rabbit is getting some pretty big buffs. The mag size is getting increased. Shoot to Loot and Firefly are here. Fate of All Fools, max stack to 15. Precision kills out of stack. Getting a kill refills the magazine. No longer stacks are no longer removed when you reload. Direct body damage will remove 1 stack. Yeah. Special reloading will consume all stacks of Fatal Flows and grant a single micro missile round, which deals bonus damage based on number of stacks consumed, which is really cool. Does Jade have a thing? I don't know. This is the one I was waiting for. I don't know why. When I picked up the game again recently, my first instinct was let's go Tanasha's the Stasis Rocket Sidearm with a Vex Mythic class, and let's just tear the game apart. And it worked somehow. Vex is getting buffed to 400 RPM. They didn't forget. Go away. Which is funny because Vex, it's funny they say it lagged behind other raid weapons, which is true in recent times. But dude, when Vex came out, it was like the best raid weapon with all its, or not when it came out. It came out lukewarm, and then they buffed it to like they made it like 390 RPM and a bunch of other buffs to it, and it made it really strong. To the point where I think it's probably one of the best raid weapons that D2 has seen. I guess not counting Divinity, because that's kind of a weird raid weapon. It's not really like a weapon you use for ad clear or really damage. It's a support weapon, so I don't really count it when I'm saying this. But like, yeah, Vex at a time was like the strongest raid weapon, and then they nerfed it back down, and then they made some crazy raid weapons after that. I mean, what after Vault was Vow, which was kind of whatever. King's Fall, Touch Malice, it's pretty good. And then we got like, oh god, what's that? What's the shotgun called? The freaking Root of Nightmare shotgun, which was just like one of the best weapons at the time. And then we got Necrochasm, and then Euphony had some like really niche stuff with Strand Block. And then Desert Perpetual, I don't even remember what the weapon from Desert Perpetual was. I only did that raid like 3 times, and I didn't even fully do it for my fucking video because I just wanted the video out. And like, I recorded all of that quote-unquote raid footage like the same day I rendered out that video. I was just so done with that. Anyway, so magazine is emptied. Ammo is pulled from across timelines certified based on the number of shots. It's basically rewind rounds. It has wee woo rounds. Wee woo rounds. Precision kills with linear fusion shots trigger an ignition, leaving linear fusion mode fully reloads your mag, and then HUD updates. Sustained damage can now also activate the catalyst in addition to kills. I forgot what the catalyst does. Touch of Malice is basically the final round is getting buffed. Your special reload's getting buffed, or it can be buffed by reload speed. Rapid hit replaced with precision instrument. Why couldn't we have had both? Would it have been too strong? Like, I know rapid hit being the catalyst was a meme, but especially with the special reload being made faster by it, I don't know. It was nice, I guess. it was just kind of nice being able to speed up the reload with the thing on the weapon, but oh well. It's buffing the speed of the special reload is what I mean, not the actual reload. But Precision Instrument is probably the better option out of the two. I would take Precision Instrument over Rapid Hit. Just why not both, It's a raid weapon. Let it shine. Increased stability and reload with each stack of charge with Blight, kind of helping with like the Rapid Hit thing, because Rapid Hit does improve stability, so why am I caring with? Last word. They did this for me. They did this specifically for me, and I'm convinced of it because I loved Last Word in both D1 and D2. Right, the little bit of D1 I've played, I loved Last Word. It was so good, and I was so excited when Last Word came on in D2, and it felt just as good. And then I was on PlayStation back then, and then I came back to the game like way later. I think I quit like season of the third season of Shadowkeep, Undying Dawn, third season of Shadowkeep, Arrivals. I came back like Arrivals launch, and I was on PC, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to use Last Word again. That weapon was so fun. And then it just felt horrible. It felt so bad. Because apparently, like, it was really good on MNK when it came out. To the point where they made a specific nerfs to it on MNK, and I'm just like, man, this thing feels like garbage. I don't want to use this. But maybe with a catalyst, and it's MNK buffs here, maybe it'll be enough. Multi-tool's getting buff, basically making it faster to get all the modifications. However, that gun works now because it's been reworked in the time I've been away. Or I just wasn't paying attention. I mean, neither could really be true. Heirloom. I don't have this one, so I don't know if this is good, but I mean, it's buff. It's all buffs. I can't see how it's gonna be bad. Teraba. Dealing damage to scorched combatants grants or increases Ravenous Beast progress by 30%. Generate a full meter if all the mag hits a scorched enemy. Interesting. And then kills grant a lot of progress. Cool. Buffs are good. Anarchy getting buffed. I wonder if Finality is getting nerfed. Finality's Augur, they didn't say anything about it. So, who knows. Anarchy is getting buffed, though. Trap lifetime getting buffed. Trap damage. Double trap detonation damage from combatants, yep. And impromptu ammunition instead of moving target. That's cool. Divinity is getting a rebuff. But not specifically to... Like, its damage is getting buffed, which I don't think was... What did it even get nerfed? I don't remember the Divinity nerf. But, like, it wasn't that much. I think it was just... I don't remember what the Divinity nerf was. But, yeah, Penance is getting a damage increase. The little ball explosion. And it's gonna activate sooner. And it... Yeah, reduce time to activate it. And shots to activate the cage is gonna reduce. So cool. Winter Bite. I love Winter Bite. I've actually just put it on recently again, and I'm like, man, this gun's fun. Glaive, it's fun. I just don't think it should have self-damage, but like, okay, if that's the route we're gonna go down, okay. The exotic glaives. Yeah, sure, I guess. I still don't think anybody really uses them outside of like Behemoth Titan with the bubble, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'll use the like Warlock one. Oh, they're not class specific anymore. Just people just don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm pretty sure most people forgot that they're not class specific. Hierarchy of Needs getting buff. Very cool, very cool. Sunshot Graviton Lance actually getting nerfed, which I think is totally fair because those weapons, I mean, you could just shoot once and like wipe an entire room. And yeah, I don't think they really want that, which is totally fair. Outbreak getting a slight nerf. I think is totally fine, especially with the changes we'll go over later. I think going from just 4.5 to 4, totally fine. I think it's, you know, I don't think they're touching anything else. It's just the damage. So Outbreak is still going to be a really solid primary. It's just not going to be like the best, one of the best. Arbalist. Wonder how Arbalist is going to work with all this. I'm assuming it's going to be like anti-barrier. If it's no, I think it is anti-barrier by default. So never mind. I don't know. Wordcliff Coil getting buffs. I haven't seen anybody use this weapon since like year 1 Callus back in the Leviathan. Oh, the fucking reload bug where you could get like an ungodly amount of ammo in the mag for this gun. Ah, oh, man, good times. Lament is finally getting unnerfed after all this time because holy shit, this was like one of the worst nerfs they did for no reason. They just woke up on a random Tuesday and smited Lament out of existence, but it's back. It's coming back. Truth. I don't think this is really gonna do anything. I don't know. I don't know what Truth even does anymore. Because wasn't it just gimmick? Just it was the first D2 rocket with 2 in the mag, and now that's like a really common thing. I don't know. I don't know what Truth does anymore. Thunderlord getting a slight nerf is fine. I mean, 2 less shots, ammo refunded. Whirling Ovation, I don't even know what this thing is. What even is this thing? I don't know what Whirling Ovation even is, but it's getting a buff. So cool. Prometheus Lens, man. I remember Prometheus Lens. Scorch Effect and a very different D2 set box. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Centrifuge getting magazine refill per trigger at that. 210 from 4, good. Yeah, buffs. More ammo, good. More ammo. I don't really know if that's gonna fix Xenovage. But cool. Praxic Blade. This wasn't here when I read this, so this must have got added like recently. Increase the time it takes to get ammo refunded when blocking. Strongholds no longer allow infinite blocking. And just ammo refunded by light attacks. Interesting. Did it really need a nerf? I don't know. I don't use Praxic Blade. Haven't had much time to use it anyway. And here's the big one. Here's the big one. Primary ammo weapons are finally getting a buff. They might actually be usable again. After so many years of specials and abilities and heavies taking over the meta. And just, or not even the meta, just the game. But like, primaries have been pea shooters for the longest time. And I gotta take a sip of my water because my throat really hurts. But now, primaries might finally be usable in anything that's not, like, normal mode. And even in normal mode, they kind of feel really bad. Like, I would also like to see enemy health just kind of get knocked down a couple pegs, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I should at least be thankful that we're getting primary ammo weapons are getting a damage buff at all. Again, maybe take some enemy health down a bit. But this is fine. We'll take this. We will take this over literally nothing, because if the final sandbox of the game had primary weapons be paperweights still, I would cry, because it's like, it's hard to want to use a primary weapon when they're just so bad, especially the higher up you go. It's like, yeah, I'm sitting here dumping like mags into this enemy when I could just pull out my sniper and bang. He's deleted from the game, you know? So yes, they are getting buffed, thank God. Special ammo weapons are getting buffed, except snipers, rocket pulses, rocket sidearms, swords, and choir of one. Some buffs here. High impact, yeah, getting buffed to 400 RPM. Reduce base damage. This includes Vax and Service Regime. Excludes Service, Cerberus, and Sweet Business. Fair. Yeah, just frame changes. I mean, do you really want to hear me read out? Oh, reduce base damage from 19.7 to 18.8 for lightweight pulse rifles. Although, isn't the whole point of this to buff the primaries, and then we're sitting here nerfing all these? Like, maybe this is just PvP changes, and like, surely this isn't PvE. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of weird to go, yeah, we're buffing primaries, and then here's a list of nerfs to certain primary stuff. I don't know. But the way they're using the numbers, it's like, I don't know, maybe this is just, like, PvP stuff. I don't know. I haven't happened too long. Holy shit. What else? Yeah, and then a bunch of buffs. Rocket sidearms, fusions, like, yeah, all buffs, pretty much. Rocket pulses. This is the one I'm kind of iffy on. So reduced ammo generation stat of legendary micro missile pulse rifles by 15. Okay. Decreased PvE damage by 10%, which I think is fair. Decreased damage versus bosses by 25 on top of the 10% it just got hit with. I think that's a little much. I don't know. I don't know anything about how this is actually going to work. I don't know the numbers. I don't know any of that. I know rocket pulses are really dominant because I've been spamming the shit out of my Mint Retrograde, and it's been working. I just do not know. This might be a step too far. I don't know. Like, Yes, I agree they needed the nerf, but I don't know if they needed the nerf this bad. But also, to be fair, it's also coming the same update that a lot of other special weapons are getting buffed. I can hear my cat meowing. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by Avenger. So this is coming the same update that the special weapons are getting massively buffed as well. So maybe this won't feel as bad. Because right now, I guess thinking of it in current sandbox is going to feel bad because of the kind of strength of everything, but this might be a bit much. Might be a bit much to stack the 25 and the 10%. The 10% I'm fine with. I think that's fine. But the 25% on top of the 10%, eh. Projectile explosion radius reduced by 25 and reduced super generation for supers. Again, we'll just have to see how these changes play out. I agree rocket pulses are insanely strong, but that's also just because everything else kind of sucks right now. So we'll see how these changes play out. A little worried about them at the current moment, but we'll see. More buffs. More buffs to heavies and stuff. So cool. Vortex frame getting nerfed or buffed to only 4 ammo instead of 6 for the heavy. Cool. Awesome. I love that. Great. Great so far. Legendary perk changes. Pretty much all buffs. You love to see it. I don't really have much to commentate here, really. Although, yeah, Adagio getting nerfed on hand cannons, I presume to avoid, you know, some weird interactions. This is a lot of text. Okay, same tangle activator. Additional time to their durations by throwing a tangle. Artifact element orbs are considered element pickups. Sure. Yeah, I know what all that does. Yeah, so bunch of buffs. Um, 4 hits on waves down from 10. They had it on 10 for wave frames, bro. 4 hits on wave frames. That's crazy. Alright, if it's 3 hits on this, hold on. I'm gonna go feed my cat because I think that's what he's yelling about. I'll be right back. Hey, Avenger has decided to join me. I don't know if he'll pick up because of all the filtering on my mic, and also I'm standing. Where were we? A bunch of buffs. Right, wave frames, yeah, buffs. 3 hits on rockets. Sorry. It's just buffs everywhere. Like, sorry, he's meowing. He loves attention. Intrinsic's getting buffs. Yeah, it's all good. Now here is the fucking insane one, right? Artifacts. First of all, more loadouts. More loadout slots. Yay! It's a total of 20 now. So that's good, right? And here they talk about, you know, the how they got rid of the anti-champion column and they made it, you know, intrinsic. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my cat. Let's put you right here so I can give you attention and read the article. So you had 3 buckets that functionally perform like they did. So this is how it works now. So up here, you have 2 slots for these, right? These we'll call them by tiers. So you have 2 slots for tier 1s, you have 3 slots for tier 2s, and then you have 3 slots for tier 3s. Two slots for tier 3s. And at first I thought it was weird. I'm like, huh, they're still showing us like the data disk. And works best with like these elements and these weapons. And it's like, okay, well then what? Is this just the meta? Like swords, machine guns, and whatnot with all that? But then, yeah, they showed us this. Um, And it's like, yeah, okay, we're going down from 12 mods to 6, but we are also opening up a lot more. Like, they can afford to give us less mod slots because we don't have to burn as many on just like pointless shit like champion intrinsics, for example. Um the artifact can be much more focused on the actual perks that we love from the artifact. But then yeah, they're referring to artifacts plural, and that's because we're getting multiple artifacts. And it explains, wait, why perk 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can't count. It's 7, not 6. Okay. 7 down from 12. But again, a lot of it is because of the change to how the system works. Yeah, we're getting multiple artifacts, and Avenger is still. I know you're not gonna be holding you, but like I can hold you. But I know you're not gonna like that. Yeah, you hate it. I'm trying to. Sorry, give me one moment. I'm trying to appease the cat and record at the same time. Okay. And then here you can literally be right next to me. Okay. So we get multiple artifacts now. I don't know what half of these are off the top of my head. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember any of these. The only ones I know are the data disc because it's the current one. There's the book from Final Shape. And I'm not gonna lie, those are the only ones I kind of remember. Also, yeah, yeah, they're like, oh, a relic from the past journey. Like, yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, they're basically a best of, right? They're a best of for like the elements of weapons that they focus on, which I think is such a good idea. Having a best of artifact or artifacts. What there's, yeah, 7 artifacts. Of course, it's the Bungie number. So they're all basically best ofs, yeah. Won't come back perfectly identical. In the past 6 years, artifact has shifted. So yeah, like look at this. Like this, I don't remember what half of these do, but it's probably gonna be good. I mean, I think that's solo operative right there. So I guess I know which one I'm doing for all my solos and stuff. But yeah, this is an incredible idea. Because I always wondered, the artifact is very seasonal based. How is that going to work without seasons, without the game getting update? They're just going to give us a best of every artifact. We're just getting a best of. And that's incredible. I love that. I wonder what that slot is down there. What is that slot down there? I don't think they talk about it. Like, that's for the reset. That's obviously the thing. What is that for? I don't know. Um, yeah, and then anti-champion, Avenger. I love you, buddy. I do, and I'm trying to work this out, but you're not wanting to cooperate. And I'm sorry about that. Anti-champion 2.0. So each intrinsic now has an anti-barrier, which I think is honestly the perfect solution, especially to the whole, what happens to the artifact when it doesn't rotate. Yeah, like you don't want just specific weapons to be able to deal with champions because then, what are you going to do in the future, right? How are you going to, say you want to bring like a hand cannon, but oh, it doesn't have anti-champion, so you're just screwed. And also, this changes how they work as well. Simply firing the weapon will apply the effect immediately, assuming you land your shots, which I'm assuming for barrier, you're still going to have to break the barrier, but you're not going to have to charge up Unstop or Overload. Here's some of the more niche ones, what they're getting. Exotic weapons, each other effect, how the exotic behaved. Yeah. Very cool, very, very nice. And again, I really wondered how this was going to work with champions were going to work with the removal of the artifact. Ideally, just remove champions from the game, but you know what? This is good too, I guess. Vendor updates. So, gear focusing is being, like, renewed. Now it'll actually give you tier 4 stuff. Not tier 5 for some reason. I understand want you to use like upgrade stuff, but like again, the whole point of it is the whole point of the tier fives is to have them. Why am I getting messaged? The whole point of tier fives is like the multiple three perks, so you can't focus stuff at tier 5 for some reason, but you can focus armor at tier 5, which is just weird, but not weapons. That's a little weird. I don't know what he's doing. He's scaring me. So Ada's getting more shaders added, double the amount of shaders available per week. Legacy armor is no longer in rotation, expanded to all armor for transmog. Okay, so no longer reset seasonally. Instead, players will earn one additional threat or bounty per week per class. New bounties available each week at weekly reset. Max number is 10. Why are we still doing this? Okay, this is kind of an L. Why are we still locking transmog behind this stupid grind? Like, what? I don't care. This is stupid. This is such a dumb change. I mean, okay, not dumb. No longer resetting seasonally, and you get one additional threat or bounty per class per week. Okay, better than nothing. But you know how much armor is in this game? Especially with all the reprisals coming around? Like, dude. Locking it at 10 is fucking criminal. And then only one per week per class? That's stupid. It at least should have been like 3 per class per week. Or just make it fucking like the account-wide ones. Just get rid of the class requirements entirely and just make them all the ones that are account-wide. They exist in the game. Anyway. Reputations. Rep tracks are back. Cost the game. And everyone's pretty much just getting focusing in tiers and stuff, so we can kind of breeze past this. This is all kind of copy-paste stuff. Attunement is now just like a permanent thing here. Across multiple different things. Distortions, world drops, solo drops, fire team ops, arena ops, vertical ops, crucible ops, trials, Iron Banner, Gambit, Onslaught. Okay, that's good. You can still tune to Onslaught. And Sparrow Racing League. Of course, no raids, because most of the raids have attunement. Or you can buy the weapons that you want. So that makes sense. And if you look here at Crucible Ops, there was something some people noticed. A legendary No Land Beyond. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. All this is just like regular Crucible stuff, I'm pretty sure. But Randy's is coming back as well, so that's cool. Same with Better Devils. That's nice. I miss that gun. Yeah, so one weapon for each activity type. Yeah. Attunement still works the same. He's kind of like he wants out, but I don't know if he actually wants out. Yeah, tuning makes it more likely to drop. Yeah, I think this is good. And that's it for this one. On to the TWAB. Sorry. Basically just recapping. That's okay. PvP balancing. I'm not gonna lie, I don't give a shit. I don't care about PvP, but look at the new rewards though. Yeah, closer look at the No Land Beyond Legendary. Whatever this thing is. I genuinely cannot tell what that is. Is that a fusion? It looks like a fusion. Like a machine gun, one of the two. Yeah, look at the new armor. And all that, man. New armor, looks cool. Titan's probably the best set. New cosmetics. Shack cosmetics. Yeah, I don't care about PvP personally. I'm just skipping all this because I really do not care about PvP. Again, armor looks great. Looks pretty good. New emblems look good. Again, armor, fantastic. They always do a kick-ass job with armor and the cosmetics. Segura Shell kind of coming back, for those that missed it. More armor. Yep. It's pretty cool. Right, here's what I wanted to talk about. Pantheon. So Pantheon's coming back. Yay. And it's getting updated. And I'm rubbing my eyes so I can't see the screen. So, 2 activities. Land of bosses for Saturday after launch. Third activity will launch, which takes on full gauntlet. Following Tuesday, rotators begin featuring individual bosses. Sorry. Yeah. New armor set for each class, suite of weapons for price from the original activities with a unique origin trait and a whole foil variants. Each multi-boss activity concludes with the vendor offering purchase of rerolls for items acquired with spoils. Reprised Pantheon encounters have a chance to reward ornaments for their original armor sets. For example, Chaos may drop the armor ornaments related to the original base of Leviathan Raid for Guardians who have not unlocked them. Yeah, completing a new set of triumphs rewards emblems, exotics, and exotic cosmetics and a title. All kind of stuff we probably figured. A new adventure difficulty. Power cap, infinite revives, slack to the target requirements for mechanics with trade-off of a limited pool of lower tier rewards. I think it's totally fair. I think that's something Ride of the Nine did really well. I don't know if I talked about it in the Ride of the Nine video, but I think that's something Ride of the Nine did pretty good. Is like the explore mode, where you could just kind of learn the mechanics and stuff and not really have to worry about it. I think that was really cool, and I'm glad that that's coming back. It's a shame that dungeons are getting left out of this. But oh well. Yeah, all raids and dungeons from Pre-Edge of Fate are getting updated. Raids and dungeons will drop tiered armor, tiered weapons and armor. All raids and dungeons will drop tiered armor. All dungeons will drop weapons, craftable raid weapons. 5 tier bonuses successful from the relic. Are there any raids that don't have craftable weapons? I guess it's kind of a shame that crafted weapons aren't getting a perk, or like raid weapons that are crafted aren't getting like perk refreshes. I guess because most of them probably got them close enough, but I guess that's what the 2 perk columns, two new perks are there to like kind of help with. But yeah, that kind of sucks that they won't be getting full refreshes. But what raids would be missing them? Last Wish. No, Last Wish is craftable. Garden's craftable. Garden's craftable. Deepstone's craftable, Fog's craftable, and then obviously Vow Onwards is craftable. Okay, so like none, basically. Damn, that kind of sucks. I was really hoping that like they would redo the perk pools for those, because some of them need help, but oh well. Because again, some others haven't had perk pool updates in like ages. Like some of them literally have never, like Vow weapons have never had a perk pool update because they've always been craftable. So it's like I was kind of hoping that maybe some of those would get some love, but no. Oh well. That's not the big of a deal, I guess. Well, I need to check something real quick. Sorry for that. Yeah, so here, the raid rotator is coming back. So 2 raids and 2 dungeons will be promoted to featured. Right, standard will give deep sight or tier 5 armor from encounters and challenges. Same with master plus adapts from challenges. Director challenge will give deep sight weapon or tier 5 armor. Weekly lockout, tier 5 armor for the hidden chest on a weekly lockout. Deep sight chest, deep sight weapon or tier 5 armor if all patterns complete. Vendor weekly deep sight purchase. Master offers adapts for 25 spoils. If it's non-featured, chance for deep sight in tier 3 on standard. Masters and all this is deep sight weapons and tier 5 armor. And basically same with the dungeon. Tier 5 weapons and armor, tier 5 weapons and armor, tier 5 weapons and armor, weekly loadout or lockout for these. And yeah, same here pretty much. More vaults and loadout slots. Yes, 20 loadout slots, 300 more vault spaces. I think that's going to be more than enough, probably. I don't know. There is a lot of shit they're adding, but... And here's how this is changing, yeah. So, exotics can now equip any, armor, or any armor ornament. Of course, be disabled in PvP for balance. Exotic ornaments and collections, which I don't know why this wasn't a thing before. Kind of seems silly, but oh well. And here's a funny one: the announcement channel. The game is getting an inbox when there's gonna be no more updates. Oh, this is so funny to me. I don't know why. Like, okay, obviously it's probably just ripped from Marathon. Like, and I mean, obviously, finagled into D2, but like they probably took a lot of the core from Marathon because Marathon has an inbox system just like this. So it's just funny that like this is happening when the game has no more updates to give. They said on Twitter, like, yeah, there's gonna be some bug fix updates, but after that, there's really not much left for this game in terms of updates. So it's just really funny that we're getting an inbox system after when the game's gone. Writing or focusing, pretty neat. If I do say so myself. Basically, yeah, you can do it with bright dust. Yeah. Um. Obviously, the more rare the stuff, the more bright dust it costs, which I think is fine. And for the insane people that still have like legacy engrams, you can focus them into new Eververse, which is crazy. Yeah, they will not jump to, but yeah, several focused engrams have more items in them that we can show the preview of its content. Yeah, no duplicates. So yeah, they're making it where you can actually like get every bright dust every engram item now. So that's gonna be a surreal feeling one day to see somebody have all the stuff and then just not be able to focus their bright like that's really it's gonna be weird. um yeah, they're basically getting updated. Bright dust and chronologies are getting updated with their distribution, which is fine. um I wonder what this on June 23rd is gonna be. And that's it. Overall, it's great. I'm gonna miss this game. I really am. It is special. It means a lot to me and a lot of other people, and I'm happy that at least it seems to be going out with a bang. Now, there is still a question of is this actually going to function on launch? That's the $1 million question. Is it going to be bugged out the ass, or is it actually going to work? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see when the update rolls around on June 9th. I will see you there. I will probably be playing the game. I doubt I'll be streaming because my internet sucks, but I will be there on June 9th playing the game, probably for a while. I'm gonna miss this game so much, but at least it's going out with a bang and not a whimper. But I think I've rambled long enough. My throat's kind of tired. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Stay hydrated, and I will see you next time. Probably next week when we get more of these articles, let's be honest.